Hello everybody, I'm the Head of the Hammer Game channel. Welcome back to the New Order, the Last Days of Europe, and to my Hyperborea playthrough. Now, in the last episode we did beat the Urals military district. Oh, we've just destroyed Lenin's body as well. Yeah, we won. So we've now united, I'm just going to call it Western Russia. There's only two contenders left. We're just going to take out Kazakhstan and an end to wonders. Ah, the special effects are gone. Boo. At least we still got this. Wait, what? Special effects are still here. Lenin's body destroyed actually gives us some stuff for a little bit of time. But yes, we did have a costly affair with the Urals military district. They were on the offensive to begin with as well, which was very, very concerning. Very, very concerning for us. But we have came out on top, so we don't really have to worry about too much. But yeah, so we've got a little tree to work through. It is just a little tree. State atheism was state religion. Ancient laws. Slightly decreasing current type. That would probably be beneficial for us right now. So we know enough about the ancients to create a code of laws that would make them proud. As in the old days, we shall create harsh but fair laws that allow prosperity for all. Crime will not be tolerated and will be dealt with harshly. It's not benefiting of Aryans that act with ill intent against each other, and our punishments will reflect this. The purest of empires. Okay. Alright, everybody, gather. The commander's voice bellowed over the fields and hills. Sergei dropped his axe upon the muddy ground, glanced at the nearby guard, and walked to the centre of the gulag. The rest of the political prisoners crowded around the podium. A miserable law sentenced to the forest forever. A priest of Svarog uttered a prayer, pleading the deity to give him and his race strength against the forces of darkness. Hail Perun, answered the prisoners. Sergei could only manage a grunt. He looked about. A flock of ravens flew across the grey sky, spurred on by a northern wind that could kill even the strongest of men. Sergei tried to hug himself with his bony hands, wrapping them around the rags he called clothes. When the ravens decided to feast on one poor soul, expired during last night's purification ceremony. If only I could get the bird. Sergei felt his stomach grumble. Rations won't be for another day. The camp commander handed a scroll to the priest. Hear, hear, the old Russia is dead, but we, the true Aryans of this earth, are its legacy. There was a time when the world quaked in fear upon the mention of the old empire, what the Byzantines called Hyperborea. The north is home to these people, yet, us Hyperboreans. In time, immoral, the civilization was home to the bravest of warriors and holiest of men. It was a land of plenty, but the rolling fields ripened with endless crops under Svarog's light. Sergei had heard that speech before. Bread and promises, bread and promises. One prisoner groaned too loudly and was dragged off. Hyperborea will be the name of the new Russia, which will crush the lesser Aryans in Germany, undo the grave damage inflicted by the Jews. We are the past and the future, we are Hyperborea. The priest raised his hands to the heavens as if calling down a thunderbolt. An hour later, Sergei returned to his labour, chopping trees and wishing for release. Right, I think I'm going to go ahead and actually trade with Japan for some good old rubber. We do have a nice wee batch of civies building now, which is good. I'm just focusing on more military factories because I do want to try and get some tanks out, just to help with the war against the Siberian Soviet Socialist Republic. I feel like it's going to result in a war. Diplomacy is definitely not going to work. Yeah, prepare for the unification war. There's no way we're going to have a peaceful solution to this. We have to wait to 19. Oh, we're on July. That's fine. We're getting close. The Brotherhood needs blood. Ah, well, blood it shall have. Ta-da! And still a decent wee bit off for doing that, but then we'll get the last 4 done. And then we should be good. Right, the ancient laws is done, which will decrease the current time. Call to the world. It's time to announce to the world our manifest destiny. We are not afraid to let the world know that it is us, not Germany, who are the true Aryans. It is us, not those fake Aryans and degenerates, that shall be the inheritors of the world. When the degenerates of the world quake in their boots, they shall know of Hyperborea's ascendance and return. Right, we're 40 days away from invading Kazakhstan. Everybody's in position. We've actually got in our 18 divisions training. I do want to just 4 and 2. Come and join us. Just change that to yellow because you know what I'm like. Yeah, this should not be difficult at all. They've only got 68 divisions, which comes to a whopping 38.45k max. So, yeah. I was gonna say I could get an agency, I guess. Yeah, let's create an agency because we can. Oh, Iraq collapses in a civil war. Oh, there's Syria popping up. The Iberian Federation. Renew Catholicism. Oh, so... Okay. They may be joining the OFN. OFN, sorry. A new Russia. This morning, the Valery Yemelinov, the enigmatic warlord of Hyperborea, officially announced his intent to reunite Russia under his banner in a speech delivered from his palace in Perm. Empowered by the might of Perun, the true Aryans will rise once more. He said before a crowd of assembled warrior priests, and from the Baltic to Kamchatka, the banner of Hyperborea shall fly. On account of Hyperborea being one of the most powerful, brutal, and extremist states to rise in the wake of the USSR, the international reaction is that of overwhelming panic. Russian nations are already mobilizing their troops to protect themselves from the rogue states, and international leaders are preparing themselves for the possibility of a world where lunatics like Yemelinov are one of its most powerful men. And the oil crisis erupts. Dun dun dun! Italy will be feeling that bloody hard. The oil crisis is here. I keep forgetting we got Shorner who's going to do absolutely bloody nothing. So what are we producing that's not got a template, but it's a tanks. So let's just start all these now. Let's just do it. Oh. Stake righteous self-libet. We're just randomly gonna claim, you know, the ancestral home, but I'm not gonna be able to invade. Oh, unless I well. No, it's just gonna give us cores on it. It's not gonna give us a war goal. Worsen. The priest bowed, sorry, and exited the stage. Yemelinov smiled to the new Brotherhood as he ascended the stairs. A massive map of Afro-Eurasian continent titled Greater Hyperborea decorated the wall. The high priest drew a long stick and traced the path from Africa to India, Europe and Russia. We Aryans are the product of eons. We have existed since time immemorial, before Abraham walked the earth. When Moses split open the sea and saved his vile race, we were forging civilizations in the north. When the Church of Rome first breathed heresy, we were there in the shadows, and when the hordes of Islam marched across the dunes, we feasted in Asgard with our forefathers. There was a pause as the brothers clapped in agreement until Yemelinov, I'm saying that, I'm just going to call him Yem, raised his voice. We will never forget the ancestral land, what they call Levant, Jerusalem. We've always known as the birthplace of Aryanism. It is our legacy, the Norns tell me, to reclaim it. Even if we must incite nuclear war, threaten the Germans and cowardly Italians, pass through the smouldering ruins of Nicosia and mountains of Turkey, we will claim the Holy Land. The brothers jumped up, and the room erupted in applause. Hail Perun. Our ancestral homelands. The grand plans. Well, this will be interesting to read about. How great our ancestral home was. Great cities rose from the sands, their stones twinkled in the sun, and the progress in technology was unrivaled in the world. Water was plentiful, for the ancient Aryans knew how to maintain efficient waterways and dig wells, complete with pumps. And prosperity was unmatched, and the people lived in harmony, wanting for naught. But then the Jews came. Those scum saw what our people had, and our spite, they invaded our people, who were peaceful and ignorant in the ways of war, for they never fought themselves. The uncivilized barbarian Jews had no such qualms, for they were used to using force as a means to an end. Like a wave of death, they fell upon our people and destroyed their great cities, salted their fertile croplands, and destroyed the irrigation system and wells. It is the Jews who drove us from our homes, even 2,000 years later. It is the Jews who keep us from returning. We have a dream, though. Someday we shall return to our homelands and reclaim what is ours, and will bring upon those who live there unimaginable destruction and death to avenge our people. The Paris of Siberia? That couldn't sound any more outrageous if they tried. I was wondering what was happening there, but it's war. And I need you to run straight down there, please. Ah, perfect. Let's just get the cryptology department sorted. No, the Soviets Republic is not getting any of Kazakhstan. They can take a little bit. I'm going to cut them off. Yeah, they're engaging. That's fine. Oh, the Republic of Iraq has beaten one of the other contenders. State righteous claims. The tragic story of the first Aryans has been completely forgotten by the rest of the world, thanks to the Jews and Masons. It is well past time we officially stake our righteous, legitimate claim over the Levant. We expect that most of the world will laugh at us, calling us insane fabricators and warmongers. This is fine. We'll merely expose the most corrupt in the outside world. We know our history and we know that the truth. We, the Boreal Rus, Aryans all, are in the right. We know what happened to our people, and only one solution will right this ancient wrong. The High Priest shook hands with the Marshal, whom he called Birkanas, true Aryan, destroyer of filth. He brought forth maps of Palestine and lands of lands, where history was forged and the blood of countless faiths split. He praised the innovations of military doctrine, which would put the German blitzkrieg to shame, a testament to the might and speed of Asgardian craftsmanship. He sang the Song of Yo, a rhetoric of national reclamation and racial purification of the Levant, evicting Italians and all conspirator. Oh my god, conspirator. I can't even say it. Races. When the generals told him of their plans, he listened, and when one officer claimed the task to be impossible, his brain decorated the rugs. So the High Priest wove tales of conquest as he planned to slaughter Germany and planted a banner of Hyperborea over his corpse. The Palestina would follow, be it through nuclear war or the end of ages. The Aryan race shall return and purify the lands. One day. Wow, we have lost 119 whole men. Oh, they finally started to push in a little bit. Oh my days, they're actually pushing into me because all my divisions are running away. What are we doing? Stop reshuffling like that and stop sitting on their border. We don't care about them. What we care about now is that, please. Well, and now in here as well. Alright, we're losing a bit more men now. We're engaging them. Still, it's pretty easy, the war. You still aren't aligned with the Germans. I could kill you both if I just had war goals on you. That's to the blessed industry. Part of what made our ancient ancestors so great was their unrivaled prosperity. Part of what will make us the envy of the world once more will be the renewed, revitalized industrial base. Blessed by the priests, our industry will be the beating heart of our engine of progress in the journey to regain prosperity. 4 civilian factories. Thank you very much, Lee. And I get them in 16 days, which is pretty bloody quick. Yeah, just get to their new capital. They've got some more divisions out, actually. It's not going to save them. Welcome, Roman. Welcome. Irkutsk is waiting for you. What's also waiting is another upgrade. It still leaves us with 16 Bolin, so happy days. Yeah, when I use, just take that, please. Ah, perfect. I have more land to integrate. Nice. Right, well. Guess what we'll do is we'll just chill here. I'll just get another 12 divisions in production. Well, in training rather. It is using up all the manpower we have right now, but we will get more, so. Actually, let's just have you pop out in perm. Trials of Redemption or Sacrifice Lambs? No, the Trials of Redemption. Many of our brothers have been deemed too lost to redeem. Tossed into camps, our Aryan brothers now waste away, awaiting death, shunned by their people and missing the chance to be part of a renewed Hyperborea. There are many in the camps that have since seen the errors of their ways. Many beg for mercy to be released so that they can participate in the renewal of the Aryan race and liberate it from all of its enemies. We do not simply allow people freedom with blatant leniency, though. We would be no better than the degenerate Christians and Jews if we released prisoners with no penalties. Our ancestors thankfully knew a solution. To prove their worthiness, those who petition us for release must face the trials of redemption, a series of challenges that we did this ingenuous and weak for those deserving to be released as Hyperborean Aryans. Their sacrifice will be great, but the reward? Salvation. Yeah, I think that's the way to go. More tanks. I'll probably should get more motorized, and I'll get some more view in production as well, and that's pretty good stuff. Our factory output's up at plus 27%, which is very nice. I do have a bigger army than them. Happy days. Just yeah, we lose so much weekly stability for flipping integrating the territories, like, but that's cool. Broken Hero. Slightly decreases coring time, that'll be good. I do want to actually invest in you as well, that'd be quite nice. But the two cosmic forces. In our universe, there are two human forces that compete. One is, of course, the spirit and will of the true Aryan people, we, Boreal Rus, who for our millennia, fought the other creeping plague that infects our Earth. They are, of course, the eternal Jew. Most of the Earth lives on as if there was no war or will or culture. War of will or culture being fought. The degenerate fools bask in their ignorance as Judaism further lobotomizes humanity as we know it. Only by our enlightenment can we save ourselves. Only with knowledge can we protect ourselves from their ever-present creeping presence. Alright, that's that sorted. What I'm going to do is I'm going to start decrypting your ass. Thank you. 480 days. It's fine. What I'll do is I'm actually just going to bin all of them and then I'll re-sort them out. Okay, I've also found a task that we're going to have to do. We're going to have to build... I think 5 will do. Oh, we already have a 7 there, so that's good. Oh, that'll be where the free aviators were. Yeah, that's cool. We're in November, so it won't be long till I can prepare for the reunification. Well, the unification war, rather. More wars are ending, that's fine. The 2 cosmic forces is done. Let's go ahead and do the promote national patriotism. And to serve in our armies is to fight for our very existence as a people. You, men of Hyperborea, are the chosen of the chosen. You are our best, true Aryans all. It is honour above all else to serve as you do against those who seek to destroy us, both from without and within. You are our first and last lines of defence. You are the protectors of the North. You are the shepherds of the new order, and more. You are the tools that carry out the will of the Aryan people, and you are the brave fighters who will safeguard it. Your determination is second to none. Your fighting prowess is unmatched anywhere. You are soldiers of Hyperborea, and you alone give the Aryan people hope. Decreases scoring time, great. Oh, Broken Hero. Alex was greeted by floodlights, but before he could compose himself, a pack of dogs bit into his leg. He fell upon frozen grass and he saw a group of officers unloading other cadets from trucks. His arms scrambled until they caught something furry. He twisted, a whimper, a thud. The hounds backed off. Alex stood up only to be knocked out by a crowbar. His last vision was that of a rabid soldier standing over dead meat. Alex was awoken by a firing squad. He grabbed his head. Memory betrayed him. Flashes, he remembered a village, a patrol car, a shovel. The barrack door opened. In came a priest. Alex stood at attention, but his spirit was dying. Before he knew it, he was dragged off to the centre of the camp, alongside 1,000 other degenerates. A man pointed the gun at Alex and ordered him to run 10 miles on the track, lest he go to Niflheim. He struggled and heaved, encouraged only by cracks and thuds, unworthy cadets purified by lead. Alex looked at the barracks in the distance. For a moment he thought a woman stood there, begging him to defend home. Alex cried, but the days came and went with no relief. 1,000 Slavs became 100 walking dead, and they envied failures. Every morning before the barns feeding, an officer would read them charges. Failure to pray, to achieve Aryan devotion, to appreciate the high priest's justice. Alex had gotten used to the beatings too. 30 lashes for dissidents, 1,000 for conspirators. The last trial arrived, but Alex didn't know how much time had passed since he was brought here. His mind was occupied by faint memories of defending those he could remember. He was told to run across 20 feet of burning coal, the final task to be considered worthy of serving in the Aryan infantry. He witnessed many men fall, scream, burn and die. On his turn he flew. Even thunder in the distance could not silence the priest, an unending lecture of defending the Aryan race. As Alex passed the test, he could only hear the shouting of the priest, or race, until past and present became one, until his body could last no more, until he smiled and remembered, I defend the Aryan race. There we go. So Alex made it through the trials. Good for him. I forgot how good the warrior priest thing actually was. Academic-based societal development will begin to worsen. Fantastic. Even after all our work, Jewish and Masonic degeneracy still lurks within our great nation. Those few that remain flock to where their words can be heard the most, academia. It's a grave oversight on our part, allowing Jews and their Masonic stooges to continue to educate our people. Literature written by Jews and those corrupted by their influences is not only taught, but even read by our wider population, who are totally unaware that they are being lobotomized. We must act quickly and decisively. Nothing short of a total purge of all academia will save us now. Any books that could corrupt our people must be burned, and most of our current educators will have to be rid of. It will likely be costly to the state, but we must do this for the good of our people. For the cause, no sacrifice is too great. Come on, core that land. So what kind of bonuses do you have? Division recovery rate, wow. Attrition modifiers. Division recovery, they've got quite a lot of division recovery. That's okay, we're going to be using sheer brute force, so. Let's just get everybody exercising. Alright, we're into December now, so we're not too far away from being able to start the process of taking them down. Do I want to go ahead and just core some more of these? I'm going to have no stability once I've flipping integrated all that land. None at all. Right, the High Priest. As a people, our downfall started with the arrival of Christianity into our lands. Missionaries made our people weak. They burned true Aryans at the stake for their pagan beliefs and told our people that their ways of worship were wrong. And where has that led us? It is well past time to bring back the true faith of our ancestors. We cannot claim to be true Aryans if we do not bring back the ancient ways of our people when they were still pure, righteous, and strong. Okay, stability. Oh, we get some stability. Search and destroy. So consider the advantages of a pure mindset. A pure Aryan mind cannot be corrupted. Therefore, it is always true to the side of good. A pure mind is absolved of sin. May it enter Valhalla. A pure mind is in fact immortal. Its host cannot be slain by bullets or hate or tools of degeneracy. Thus, it is an unfortunate reality that many of Hyperborea's Aryans are tainted by the shadow forces of Xeon. Their lies spread like wildfire, coming from secular texts that attempt to hide under the guise of progress. All law enforcement units, in addition to local military elements, are to be conduct staged and precise raids against all holdings in their designated region. See attachment. Raids are meant to locate and destroy subverse texts and heresy. See attachment. Conscript able males for purification camps. Seek out anti-high priest evidence and arrest as appropriate. Destroy property of degenerate races with extreme prejudice. It is the High Priest's hope that Svarbrog's light will guide our brave warriors in their search for truth. Remember, all officers, that it is a pure quest. Some of you may have doubts about the acts you are ordered to execute. Dispel these doubts. Inability to confront your inner cohorts will result in corporal or capital punishment. We lose some manpower. That is fine. No, we're about to gain some more anyways. What do I want to do? Maybe upgrade you. You just can't. Wow, we're actually researching current tech. Oh my days. It is indeed a miracle. Right, reform the Brotherhood. The Brotherhood is a useful tool. Although misled, their ways of thinking can be remedied with a few modifications to their mantras. For example, we will not emulate Germany any longer. Our people need to know that the Boreal Rus are the true proper Aryans of the world, not those bloated degenerates in Germania. Our true enemies are still the Jewish devils and Masonic leeches, but we must open our brothers' eyes. The roots of their corruption run deep indeed. Even our ancient home in the Levant is infested by these influences. It's time to begin teaching our wayward friends, for they have much to learn. Oh yeah, that's what I need to do. I need to actually go ahead. Yeah, we actually do have claims. The Aryan dynasty. Philemir took centre stage before the assembled Brotherhood. A faint light illuminated his head, upon which was the crown of Purging, the ultimate symbol of heavenly power. A line of worshippers had assembled below the podium, carrying sacrificial lambs and sacred objects. The procession began with chanting by an unseen choir, deep voices speaking in forgotten tongues. The worshippers, blonde maidens dressed in white cloth, brought forth their offerings, one by one. Philemir drew the sacred hammer of Perun and brought it down upon the head of each sheep until none were left. The chanting grew louder until the Brotherhood itself joined in. Sing of ancient glories and the wrath of Belobog, who shall soon descend to the earth and cleanse it of degeneracy. No one later the choir had ceased, and the last of the worshippers left the room. Philemir then spoke. Brothers, I am honoured to accept the position of High Priest of Hyperborea and all Rus. Destiny lies before us, woven by the Norns of yesteryear, whose moving voices shaped history. They have visited me in my sleep and claimed that we are the heirs of the Aryan race. Our future is to the east and west, to reclaim the rest of Russia from the heathen, to celebrate the west to liberate the west from the degenerates who styles themselves superior. The Brotherhood nodded in approval, dark figures applauding the High Priest, their hearts trembling as they sensed what they were destined to accomplish. But Hyperborea is just beginning. Perun wants us to fly southward, towards old Palestine, ruined by the Jews. We must not hesitate in our push into Asia, where the ancient lands are being settled by eastern filth. And of course, the north awaits once we are finished, for us to ascend to Asgard and take our place alongside Belobog. Okay. So, let's cast off the shackles. Now it is the time to break the millennia of chains cast upon our people. Any Jews still in hiding, leeching off our society, shall be caught like the rats they are. Any secret societies, especially those of Masonic orders. Oh! It seemed that all hopes of peace with the Siberian Soviet Republic have been dashed. Let me just prepare for the Unification War. Grand Showdown. The final conflict. Is that? Ah, there it is. I was going to say, where are the decisions? So raise the reserves. Do this. Infrastructure. 5 off-bat military factories. Nice. Perfect. Are to be crushed. The Christian Church, which is nothing more than a front for the martyred Jew, is to be crushed, to be replaced by our new order. There will be resistance, of course. There will be Aryans who are too tainted by these corruptive influences that will never be able to rise above their degeneracy. They will be purged, for they are nothing more than carriers of a fatal Jewish disease. Only when we cure the people of the illness will they be able to see the chains that have shackled them. Once they are free, Hyperborea will be reborn. Oh damn, righteous cleansing! Perun's hammer glistened in the moonlight as drops of blood fell upon the white floor below. Philemir turned from the mangled corpse and walked over to the balcony's edge, observing his empire, Hyperborea. Dozens of feet below, pious labourers toiled away, their struggles so that by the final day, the flag of New Russia would fly over Germania. Philemir gazed at the stars. Like angels, they observe us. Civilizations rise and fall, but they remember old Hyperborea. May Belobog illuminate the righteous path. They are here, my lord. Philemir turned to the door, and guards brought forth 8 prisoners. Philemir recognized them, former Brotherhood members, petty generals, traitors. He pointed to the bloody body lying next to him. Heathen, do you know who that was? He addressed one of the captives. No, your holiness. I haven't seen that man in my life. He stuttered, a pathetic husk of a man, once probably an Aryan, now playing the fool. Philemir shook his head in disapproval. You lie, disciple of Moses. They fear me more than death, a deserving fate for those who would undermine Hyperborea. This man was caught yesterday trying to cross the border into Moscow. Identification revealed him to have been a former agent of Wagner's, sent to venture into the forsaken land of Germania and weave lies above my just rule. The prisoners exchanged worried glances. After being subject to Svabrok's flame, he confessed to being deployed on this task in the orders of fellow brothers. Some prisoners begged for forgiveness, one pleaded for a fair trial. And fair trial you shall have, answered Velmir as he brought Perun's hammer down upon the head of the traitor. The prisoners scrambled only to be caught and held with the guards. Germania is full of degeneracy. There are none worse than those who pretend to be Aryan, proclaimed Velmir. All who associate with the West are traitors, Jewish plotters, heretics, and will be treated as such. Oh, we're cleansing the National Socialism from us. Okay. Anyways, guys, I'm going to leave that episode there, so we will hopefully be finishing up this playthrough next episode. So until then, guys, take care, cheer bye, then out.